Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris. Thank you for being here. This is my new shipping station. You think, why do I need a shipping station? Well, we've had some success with putting products to market, and I realized this was a must. More details on how I did it and also why I did it coming up. Let's go. So first, a little overview about why I had to make this shipping station. Well, I've got an overwhelming response to the Baltic birch tool holder that I put out on the market, and I was not efficient. I wasn't prepared. I needed a place to be prepared. So I have created a French cleat modular, a thing of awesomeness. I absolutely love how this came out, and it really does inspire me to get back into the shop, and that's the goal. That's what I've always thought. Ever since I started this channel, I wanted to, well, give people a glimpse inside kind of what I'm doing that helps me stay motivated to get out here and keep doing, right? Without further ado, let's just get right into this. I'm really excited to show you this, and let's go. You might be thinking one more thing. Is it strong enough? I'm gonna answer that at the end of the video. I think you'll like it. So I've done plenty of French cleat videos on this channel, but just like twin grizzlies, I think this bears repeating. I've got a little jig here that separates the little marks I'm gonna make on the cleat. And then after that, I go ahead and fashion about 3 pieces together just with some blue tape, take it over to the drill press and get to work. And you know what I find pretty funny is that a drill bit has to actually be chucked all the way in and tightened down for it to work. So yeah, back to work here. Of course you can do this by hand, and honestly, once the thing is up on the wall, no one's gonna notice. But I find that the drill press makes pretty quick work of it, and I'm not drilling all the way through the last piece because it's pretty simple to just go ahead and undo that tape, find those holes, and then continue on by hand as well. I get asked quite a bit what this is or where to get this countersink. It is a 3-pack from Harbor Freight. This is the medium one in a small, medium, large pack. And honestly, just go there, check out their drill bits. They're going to be right next to it. Now, my next tip when installing French cleats is, of course, to put a brad nail in between those 2 screw holes. This brad nail will act as a clamp, and once it's all level, you can just screw it down. Pretty easy stuff. So at this point, my friend Murphy shows up. He always does. He's a lawyer. He showed up and told me that I'm going to go ahead and drill some screws where I have no way to attach them because there's a big gap in your wood. So I went ahead and just drilled off to the side. No problem. Moving on to the CNC here, I've cut out my first iteration of what I'm calling like a French cleat workspace mount. This is, well, my first attempt at cutting this, and hopefully it's going to work. I think we're going to be onto something cool here if it does. So as I go through this assembly, we're using glue and brads. I've even got some little pieces cut out that reinforce that French cleat 45-degree angle. Pretty simply to put this thing together. I've got a few box joints here and some strips that are going to basically join those 2 brackets together, creating a kind of a skeletal structure of something that's going to hold up the countertop. And it worked so well, I went ahead and made 4 of them. So check this out. All 4 of them are going to go on this cleat. And as you can see, we've got ourselves a countertop. Now, to put something on top of this, well, make sure it's level first, of course. And yes, absolutely, it is level this way. It is also level the other way, although I didn't show you. But I enlisted the help of my dad. My dad comes by every once in a while just to kind of talk shop and hang out, which is awesome that he's here and still able to do it. And we are cutting down, yep, you guessed it, more of this marine grade teak and holly plywood. I love the aesthetic of this stuff. It's been in my shop for years, and I couldn't resist. So I love the aesthetic of this. Like I said, putting it on this countertop for the first time really looks nice. Get a lot of questions where I got it. I got it from a local salvage yard, but I think they got it from a yacht builder who had some that had, been damaged. So if you really like this stuff, reach out to your local yacht builder. So at this point, guys, I want to bring you in and tell you about Total Boat. Now, Total Boat has been a long time sponsor of the channel, and I use their products not typically in the river table or the beach art kind of stuff, right? I will use it like this. I'm using it in a very utility way. This is a 2-part resin, high performance resin that will bond 2 surfaces together. They're right here, and that is smooth as a baby's butt. I like to use this stuff where other adhesives won't work. There are many uses for this product as well, and I'm going to link a video down below. My buddy Caleb has done an extensive video about when and what they offer. You guys need to go check it out down below. So if you're interested in anything Total Boat, go check them out. Go check out Caleb's video and tell him I sent you. I got coupon codes down below too. All right, let's get back to it. So after these pieces are all together, we do need to soften these edges for sure. This stuff is wicked sharp and I've been stung by it quite a few times. The bottom's gonna get a small chamfer, but the top's gonna get a little bit bigger one. I really like the aesthetic of it. Now I've debated whether or not to finish this edge. Now I'm gonna sand it down for sure, but my father was like, you know, you stained it black on your outfeed table. And I was thinking of doing that, but honestly, I think I'm gonna leave it with that raw look. I think it's gonna go well on this wall. So underneath, let me show you, those cutouts there are for cable management in case you have them. And also I'm gonna attach these with some 90-degree angle metal brackets. Real simple, just gonna put some, you know, 1/2-inch screws up there, and this thing is held together pretty well. So now I'm gonna make a tray to hold a printer of all things. You think, well, a printer, yeah, maybe every shop needs a printer if they're doing some type of clerical work, but I'm turning this into a shipping station. I've had some success recently selling a drill mount and putting them together and shipping them out. I don't really have a great place to do it, so this is where I'm going, and this is what I'm doing. So thank you all for the support thus far, and here we go. Of course, you know, it's always a family affair. She brought me potatoes. So good. My mom brought me roasted potatoes. She has a really famous roasted potato recipe that is just unreal, and I was pleasantly surprised by that family visit. So thanks, Mom. Also, in the vein of not wasting material, that French cleat that you saw me circle there on that digital plan, yep, that's what this is. And it's from the inside of the bracket that is mounting this countertop. So I figured, why not waste any material and cut out something else that can hold something else. Pretty cool, right? All right, making my way back to the CNC to cut out yet another piece, and this is another one of those countertop things, but this time I'm gonna put it above my head. But first I'm gonna remove the cleats I put in initially. When I first got this shop, I just threw some cleats up, and I've learned a lot along the way on how to install them, how to make them, and they're just not strong enough, they're not wide enough, or thick enough, if you will, and they only held together by one screw every like 18 inches, which is not great. So anyway, live and learn. And this system is so cool. I'm really happy with how this is turning out. The fact that I have storage above my head and so easily to go cut this thing out, it's pretty cool. And again, those 90-degree brackets come in handy. And I'm gonna use those on the back side as well. You're gonna see here, I don't want this thing falling at all. And just on to err on the side of caution, that's how I'm gonna attach it to the wall because, you know, I got little ones running around. So at this point, I am kind of building for what I think I need. There's no plan in place here. I'm just kind of going at it. I need a thinner shelf to hold stock as I pack it. So using those cutouts from the inner brackets, not to waste any material, we're gonna attach these with some CA glue and activator. And then I'm gonna turn this thing around and go ahead and countersink some of these and drive them home with some flush trim screws or some trim screws. Yeah, I think that's what they're called. So trim screws. I realize I'm out of plywood at this point, and orders keep coming in. So I've enlisted the help of one of my good friends, Thomas. His son came over as well, and they helped me break down plywood. I've gone through almost 50 sheets of plywood at this point, 3/4 of an inch, and to break it down by myself, yeah, it's possible, but to have another set of hands, and I can't thank him enough. They did awesome, and he was a fellow deli manager while I was a bakery manager at Publix, and so I know he knows how to organize a back room for sure, so thank you, buddy. So here is proof that I need to get my ducks in a row in terms of shipping and packing and all that good stuff. These pieces for these tool holders just keep coming. At this point, since making this video, I think I've cut maybe 2,400 individual pieces to fill these orders. So grateful, so thankful. You guys are unbelievably supportive, and I thank you for it. Now, I'm gonna show you a couple little details I thought would matter. Now, when I'm packing these up, yeah, I'm learning, but here's a little QR code that you have to scan, and you will get a personalized instructional video that's unlisted on my second channel from me. I think that was a pretty cool touch, and I've gotten a lot of good feedback from that so far. And I've learned various methods to pack this up and what works and what doesn't. And if you've gotten one of these from me early on, it came to you probably not real organized, but the ones I'm shipping out now are pretty spot on, and I've kind of figured it out. So it's been a fun process for sure, and this shipping station was instrumental in me learning this and beating that learning curve. So as you see me going through the process of shipping, I never thought in a million years that I would be having this much to do in shipping, but I'm so grateful, like I said. But it brings to mind the failure that happened where I was not ready. I was not prepared for this. Now, I know I'm not going to go make 2,000 pieces in hopes that this works. I wanted to see what would happen first, but I didn't have anywhere to be organized. I didn't have anywhere to put backstock when I started making it. And so this was the motivation to do so. And as you see me making boxes here, kind of like a pizza place in real time, I've gotten pretty fast at making these mailers. I think in the maker community, if you order something from one of us, I think it should get to you as fast as possible. I've ordered things from other makers before, and sometimes there's like 3 weeks to a month wait time, which is fine. I mean, I want to support whoever and whatever in this community. But I think for what I'm doing here, especially me cutting out pieces, cutting out parts, and trying to bring back to the community maybe the ease of wanting to get into your shop and be inspired and go do things in the shop, I think I need to get what you order from me out in a timely manner. And this is the real motivation to make this whole station. And I think we've achieved that. So in my attempts to get more organized and to keep my back room and backstock really nice and ship shape, I've designed another overhead storage unit. You can see me here cutting down a piece of 1/2-inch Baltic. It's going to be basically the shelf top. And these are going to go over my head, over by my shipping station. But then I realized I've got, the need for more storage. And that storage can't be nearly as deep. So I cut out these little, let me show them to you here. These little, looks to be like little horse figures, maybe like chess pieces that are kind of long. Well, either way, this was a pretty magical moment for me because these little pieces, as decorative and as cool as they look, could just be attached to really any piece of plywood, short, long. I wouldn't go too crazy with how far out these would go, but if you wanted a piece like a shelf that was only 6 inches wide, you could do it. And if you wanted a shelf that was 48 inches wide, you could do it. You just need multiple of those brackets. And that was a pretty cool moment. I'm going to show you how they all go together here. After you install some cleats, you can see everything's broken up by this, this circuit panel or this electrical panel. But as I put these pieces in place, this was such a cool moment. Of course, you got to check for the level. Always pleasantly surprised when things work out like this. And it's time to make a few more. So after making all of these shelves that are going to be customized in and around that electrical panel, let me show you how it works. I got a wall control panel here that holds all my hardware that I need for packing orders. I've got a bunch of backstock. I've got templates. Everything is able to be so customized for my workspace. And again, overhead storage too for maybe some lighter items like these already put together boxes. And this is when the aha moment hit me. So I'm really excited to share with you something that I have thought about for a long time. I've always wanted to get into product development. The Baltic Birch drill holder, man, it kind of changed the course of what I want to do. I still want to be a video content creator for you guys for sure, but this is something that I want to build and have going in the background while I'm still doing this YouTube thing. So I have come up with this. This is a French cleat bracketing system. The 45s have been cut. Those things are super sexy, right? That's so cool. And they make shelves like this, okay? This is the smaller variety, and that's such a cool shelf. Now, the only issue though is that it puts a little gap in the back. And if you don't mind that, that's fantastic, which I don't mind. But I've also got these as well. These are called reversible. They basically can do the same as those, or you can put them directly up against the wall, just like these up here. And that gives you no gap where you could put anything up to the wall. These are great for a little bit higher up, I think. And these smaller ones are kind of cool to have things down where you need to grab them quite often. So these are now available on my website in packs of 2. I'm really going to think that you guys are thinking that, what is he doing? Is he just going crazy with all the Baltic birch? Absolutely I am, because I think these can add value back to the community. And I really do think they're reasonably priced. Got to check it out, okay? Down below, glimpseinside.org. Can't wait to see you there. There's also digital files if you want to cut out the large units underneath. I didn't think making those and shipping those large units would be worthwhile, but I would like to hear your feedback too. After all, it's your feedback that was basically the reason I went forward with the drill mount. So thanks again. All right, let's get back to the video, and don't forget, check down below. So we need to make more storage solutions. Now, my outfeed table has a little party trick where it can extend its drawers, and those drawers are then used as supports for really long pieces like this. You see my table saw is actually pretty close to my back wall. I don't typically, oh yeah, I'm excited. I don't typically use 4 by 8 foot sheets, but when I do, it's a little tight squeeze. As you see, this black laminated plywood looks pretty good. I've made projects with this in the past, and I like it, but again, it's sharp. So we're gonna chamfer it all up, making sure the edges are nice and smooth. And then again, back to the 2-to-1 ratio Total Boats high performance resin to stick all this stuff together. And I made this thing as beefy looking as possible. Check that out. Woo! Is it strong? Yeah. I had no clue my daughter put this on me. Hey, so if it holds me, you know it's gonna hold whatever you could throw at it. I mean, be honest here, we're not gonna go put an engine block on a French cleat wall. That's not gonna happen. But for what I'm using it for, and for what most makers use it for everyday countertop work surface material, this is one of the better systems. And plus, it frees up everything up underneath as well. So pretty cool. Guys, thank you so much for the support that you've shown this channel and me over the past few weeks. I really just want to thank you again. And again, we have all kinds of products now underneath in the description, underneath the table. I'm going to show you this kind of cool skeletal structure. But guys, I really appreciate it. Go down there, check out what we have on theglimpseinside.org. More stuff for you to keep motivated, to keep organized in your shop. I really do appreciate it. And let's go ahead and wrap this thing up. Well guys, there you have it. This was a really exciting project. The video was just going to be that shipping station, and I realized this corner of the shop needed so much love, and I figured why not just take this on, and I absolutely love this system. So like I said before, if you want to get a piece of this, if you want to try your hand at the French cleat world, but you don't really know where to start, or even if you're a French cleat master and you think they're cool, they got a cool aesthetic, you want to help support us, everything's down below. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate the support thus far, and I'll see you guys on my next video. And until then, y'all be safe. Thanks again. My name's Chris, and I'll see you then. Bye.